Hello, hello, and welcome back to the channel. As most of you know, I'm Topher. And for those of you who don't know and just randomly decided to click on my video, welcome to the channel. I'm Topher. Thank you for stopping by. So we're here to do a reaction, and we're diving into new artists on the channel. This was a request sent to me by one of my friends over on Facebook, Miss Isabella, and they asked me to react to Home Free featuring Mark Willis and the song Don't Laugh at Me. And I believe that the song originally was by Mark Willis, and this was just like a re-recording that was recently done. But yeah, they sent it to me and they said that it really hit home for them, and it felt just like an important piece of music, an important video, and they wanted me to see it. So I was like, okay, I will gladly check it out. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna dive in and just see what it's all about.
I'm a little boy with glasses, the one they call a geek, a little girl who never smiles, 'cause I've got braces on my teeth.
Got a good country
and I know
voice.
how it feels to cry myself to sleep. I'm that kid on every playground who's always chosen last.
The vocalizations are
Single
beautiful.
teenage mother trying to overcome my past. You don't have to be my friend. Is it too much to ask? Don't laugh at me. Don't call me names. Don't get your pleasure from my pain. In God's eyes, we're all the same. Someday we'll all have perfect wings. Don't laugh at me.
I love so many things about it. I love the inclusion of the sign language. I'm a big fan of that anytime it's included. Actually, when my sister first met her now husband, one of the things that really I took notice of when he was performing was he and his brother had this like group where they would do this intense sign language mixed with dance performances at their church and all these church events and whatnot, and it was just very, very fascinating. Very, very well done. So like I just enjoy sign language incorporations in general, but I love lyrically beautiful, very relatable song for a lot of people. But I love a lot of these just harmonic chords that I'm assuming Home Free is the group in the back and Mark Willis is the man singing. So like all those sort of like almost a cappella-ish harmonic chords that they're creating in the background, almost creating the music with their mouths. And then I can hear like the incorporation of other instruments too, but like just musically it's very, very beautiful and haunting. Lyrically it's very, very emotional, and I love the inclusion of the sign language, people with various disabilities, and just beautiful. So keep going. Sorry.
I'm the cripple on the corner. You pass me on the street, and I wouldn't be out here begging if I had enough to eat. And don't think I don't notice that I rise never meet. I lost my wife and little boy. Someone crossed that yellow line. The day we laid them in the ground is the day I lost my mind. And right now I'm down to holding this little cardboard sign. So don't laugh at me. Don't call me names. Don't get your pleasure from my pain. In God's eyes, we're all the same. Someday we'll all have perfect wings. Don't laugh at me. I'm
Sing.
I'm thin, I'm short, I'm tall, I'm down, I'm blind. Hey, aren't we all? Don't laugh at me. Don't call me names. Don't get your pleasure from my pain. 'Cause in God's eyes, we're all the same. Someday we'll all have perfect wings. Don't laugh at me.
Hey, we're home free. I'm Mark Wills.
I'm Nate Simon.
Generally Wasserman.
October is Anti-Bullying Month, and it's a cause that is very near and dear to our hearts. That's why we have partnered with Mark Wills and 21 Pineapples to help raise money and awareness to go fight bullying. Please check out homefreemusic.com,
MarkWills.com.
and 21pineapples.com.
I just want to say I'm spreading my love in one funky shirt at a time.
Go get your funky shirt now.
Yeah.
And that's where we're at.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Like I said, the song, lyrically, it's such a relatable song for so many people, and there are so many different scenarios that were presented in the song, whether it's just, you know, your standard schoolyard bullying, or, you know, online bullying, or people who are homeless. And, you know, there was a line in there about, you know, I noticed that our eyes never meet, and, you know, just don't ignore me or don't pretend like I don't exist. Like, there's so many variations of ways that people can treat other people to make them feel less than human, to make them feel like they're undeserving of respect or just common human decency. And it is so unfortunate. I thankfully don't have much experience firsthand, being on like the receiving end of bullying, yet. Life is I'm still young in life. There's still plenty of time, I suppose. But thankfully, I've not encountered that firsthand. I've known other people who have, or I've, you know, heard of other stories and whatnot, but I don't have any firsthand experience. But it's just, it's something that I've just never understood. I've never understood the concept of, hey, you're different for some reason, so I'm going to treat you awfully. Or, hey, I don't know you, but for whatever reason I've decided that I don't like you and I'm going to treat you awfully. Like, it doesn't compute. It doesn't compute in my head. I don't understand it. It makes no sense to me. I'm very much the type of person, if I don't like someone, well, then I won't associate with that person. Or if I don't like something, I don't associate. Like, I don't go out of my way to try and make someone's life a living hell, or to try and put someone down. Like, I don't understand that concept. It doesn't make sense to me. But this is the reality for a lot of people, whether it's them being, you know, having some sort of mental disability, or having some sort of physical disability, having, being of a certain race, or being of a certain sexuality, being of a certain gender. Like, there's so many reasons why people get bullied, and it just makes no sense to me. I do not understand it. So I feel like the song is so relatable to so many different people. Even if they haven't been bullied firsthand, they can at least get some sort of perspective, what people who are being bullied are feeling like. And I feel like the video carried a very powerful message. Do I think necessarily that solution of, okay, I'm just gonna make you guys your own lunches and you guys are gonna leave me alone, do I think necessarily that is how it would work out? It seems like a very ideal sort of situation, just because I feel like people who are of that mentality where it's like, okay, I'm going to bully this person because they're different, blah blah blah, I don't think something as simple as like, okay, he brought me lunch, so now we're the best of friends. It just feels a little too ideal of a situation. I feel like, okay, they would probably just take those lunches and, you know, continue to, you know, take lunches from him or whatever, because it didn't seem like they had any other reason to bully him other than that. And this is just me reaching out. You know, I've watched too many series on this channel, so I'm trying to like find narrative reasons why this is happening or why this solution works and blah blah blah. So, you know, so reading too deeply into some things, but regardless of that, like, I feel like it carried a very powerful message, and I honestly almost started to tear up when he was walking down the street, and it was somewhere around the line of where he said, "Oh, I noticed that our eyes don't meet," or something like that, where he came across the young lady in the video and their eyes met, and he waved at her and she waved at him, and then we were just going through this whole little montage of them just being friends, because it's like, oh my god, like he found a kindred spirit, he found someone who understands him, he found someone who's potentially gone through the same kind of things or similar interactions that he's going through, and this is someone who's not judging him. This is someone who's not treating him like he's an outcast. It's someone who's not treating him like he's an awful person or like he's undeserving of love. It's someone who's just seeing him as a person, and they're just having a good time. They're dancing. She's teaching you some sign language. They're packing some Lunchables and whatnot. And I guess, you know, they came up with a plan like, okay, maybe they're taking your lunch because they're actually just hungry. So here, let's feed them. We'll make some lunches for them too. And, you know, that seemed to work in this scenario. Again, it feels like kind of like an ideal situation. I don't know how much that would actually happen in a real world bullying situation, but we'll let it fly for this. But like, just that whole scenario between the two of them just was so touching, so touching. And it shows the effect that having someone see you as just a person, just as human, how the positive effect that can have on someone's life, because there's so many other variations of bullying and prejudice that weren't necessarily showcased in this video, because, well, you know, the song's only like 3 minutes long. We can only show so many storylines, but like there's so many other variations where people don't feel like they have that person who sees them. They don't feel that sense of comfort, and they end up taking very drastic measures. Some of them take their lives. Some of them make attempts to take their lives. Some of them lash out in other ways. They, you know, turn to drugs or alcohol or sex or this, that, and the other. They make all kinds of drastic life changes because they're not having someone, they don't feel like they have someone in their corner. They don't feel like they have someone who sees them as worthy of respectful behavior. And it's terribly unfortunate. It's so unfortunate. So I'm happy that there is an entire month dedicated to, you know, bullying awareness. I'm glad that there are artists like this making these collaborations. I'm glad that there's, you know, videos like this, again, to kind of just illustrate and give some sort of visibility to people, because representation matters in all forms. Yeah, and I haven't even talked about the song. The song is beautiful. Like, the song is beautiful. What I was saying there in the beginning, the Home Free, their vocals were gorgeous. All of those harmonies that they were doing in the background, all of the vocals that they were lending to support Mark Wills, like, it was just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful song, beautiful, touching performance, and just everything about it was just beautiful. So yeah, very heavy on the emotion. So thank you, Isabella, for making me feel things tonight. I hope you enjoyed this reaction. I hope you all enjoyed this reaction. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on notifications to be notified when all of my shenanigans get posted. If there's anything else you'd like me to react to, be sure to leave it down in the comments, and I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. If you'd like to support the channel in other ways, you're more than welcome to join us over on Patreon. You don't have to, but you're more than welcome to if you want to. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Love you. And before you guys go, I want to give a huge thank you to everyone supporting me over on Patreon. This channel would not be what it is today without your continued support, and I can't begin to thank you guys enough for all you've done for me. If you'd like to join us over on Patreon, the link is down in the description. I'll see you guys in my next video. Love ya!